Okay, Brian again from Livno, regarding the LF frame and the need to string it up with some high tensile wire. This is the wire, quite springy, quite flexible, easy to snap, and cost about 20 marks, which divide that by 2.5. It's probably about £8 for that amount. What we're going to do is need a selection of tools, a hammer for the end part to hammer the panel pins in, a set of pliers that has a cutting edge, and a set of pull-in pliers that has sort of some form of pulling part to the end of the pliers. And we will then thread the whole of the wire through back and forth, making sure we start from the panel pin there or the panel pin here. Okay. So we started from this one. I'm going to knock the net now, and with the pliers start to tension up. You can hear it taut when you can play it, like a lute. Then continue the action all the way through. To the very last part of the wire is next to the remaining panel pin that you haven't knocked in. Make sure you cut off sufficient to wrap round a good 2 to 3 times around the pin. Make sure that's also tight, and then proceed to wrap it round, and then use the cutting edge of the pliers that you have. When you've done that and you're happy, the last thing is to knock in the nail to the pin. And what you have now is a surface for you to put the wax on, plus a positive and a neutral side to apply the battery cables. And how we do it here is the rebate that I showed you earlier should accept the LF wax. It's prone to heat, so if you've left them by a window, then you're going to have problems slotting them in. If they're fairly cool, placed in a refrigerator beforehand, then they will slot in. They'll be quite almost fragile, but it goes in like that. You can see in this case I have a bit of a struggle getting it in. But in it must go, because the force of the centrifugal mechanism that spins it around to release the honeys will destroy it. There it is, it's actually slotted in there, a bit of manipulation and it's in. So it's laying there. We've got positive and minus. Now these two wires that stand proud will act like a heating filament, and what we use then is something like one of these, or a car battery underneath the bonnet of your car, and you would take the leads. I've got a special set of leads that go onto these crocodiles that sort of go here and here, and with them I then melt the wires for maybe between 10 and 15 seconds until I can see lines coming through the wax where I know the wires are, and at that point I release one of the wires because I don't want to go all the way through, otherwise I'll be picking up the frame without the wax. And that simply is what we do with a LF frame prior to putting it into the hive.